my neighborhood. So I decided to go in and I wanted to basically just any games I could find. And sadly, I could only find one game, and that was it. Which is, as you can tell in the title, which is Skylanders, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing in that video later in this video. So, but right now I'm going to show you guys what I got at the garage. I mean, at the yard sale. So first off, it's right behind me. I got a book. Now, it's The Fault in Our Stars by John Green himself. Now, before I talk about the book, I have to say something. I was originally going to get the Hunger Games, but the thing is, I realized that I read that book 3 times. So I was going to get Catching Fire, but the thing is that it was a few dollars, well, I think it was maybe $1 or $2 more expensive. But either way, mainly because it was hardcover, so I decided to settle with The Fault in Our Stars. So there's also a sort of backstory behind this book. I believe it was inspired by John Green's interactions with a young girl named Esther Earl, who she was the inspiration of the character Hazel. Oh man, Hazel Grace. Yeah, that's her name. She was the inspiration of Hazel Grace in this book. Sadly enough, she passed away in 2010. But I wonder how she would have felt knowing that she was inspired by. I mean, she was basically like made into this character right here. So, the book, it's highly emotional. I actually got to hear about The Fault in Our Stars 2 years ago when the movie was being released, and I watched the movie. It was pretty good. However, I read through 20 pages of the book last night, and I prefer the book over the movie. It's typical. The book is better than the movie, and that's true in its own right, mainly because the movie doesn't have to follow every direct detail when it comes to a book, But it was a very good book, emotional and stuff, very detailed. I loved it. John Green is a very talented writer, and I'd like to read more of his books too. Sadly enough, the people at the yard sale didn't have any more of John Green's books. This was the only one they had right here. But I fell in love with it, and I'm going to read it more as days go by. All right, so leave that in there. There we go. Anyways, let's move on. We have some movies. Okay. So, the first 2 movies I'm going to do side by side, mainly because they have to do with like some kind of invasion of some sort. So yeah, we have War of the Worlds and World War Z. And what's funny is how both of these movies have the word world and war. Oh man, kind of said something. So yeah, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, they're great actors in their own right. So anyways, World War Z, I never got to see the movie when it was announced back in the day. And I actually never got to watch this movie because I was really tired and I wanted to go to sleep yesterday when I was out after the yard sale. So anyways, from what I can tell, it's probably about some zombie invasion when I'd seen in the trailers back in the theaters years ago. One thing that's really crazy about the movie is how the zombies pile up on each other like they're maggots. Like, you know how maggots do, like how maggots pile up on each other whenever they're trying to consume the carcass of a dying or of a dead animal. That's what they were doing, and as you can see here, they're piling up on each other just to get to this helicopter. And I think quite a few caught on to the helicopter, and he's definitely screwed. Yeah, he's definitely screwed after that point. But yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a watch right after I'm done with this video. I know it's gonna be good. Has to be good. Next we have. Actually, I'm gonna put the movie over here. Next we have War of the Worlds. Now, I actually watched this movie back in the day with my. Oh yeah, hold on. Before I talk about War of the Worlds. This also came on a Blu-ray and DVD disc right here. One thing I like to note, so basically it has a 1 DVD and 1 Blu-ray disc, pretty generous. So if you like have an Xbox and you want to watch this movie, because Xbox 360s they can't run Blu-rays, so yeah. But anyways, one thing I noticed about most Blu-ray boxes is how similar in size and shape to a PlayStation 3 box. Like, just look at this. Look at this. Like, they come so close in size and shape to a PlayStation 3 box. It's kind of crazy, like especially if you put it on on top of one too. Like, oh my goodness. See, I think they're not similar. They're probably the same in size and shape. Maybe that was done on purpose, but still, yeah. All right. Anyways, now let's move on to War of the Worlds. Let me put my copy of Mac. Oh yeah, don't worry. I actually got this like a while back in December of 2015. I was just showing it off as an example. Yeah, of how similar in size and shape they look. But anyways. War of the Worlds. Okay, so Tom Cruise, he did an amazing job in this movie. I used to watch this movie with my sisters back in 2006 when we had a subscription in our cable plan. We had HBO, Showtime, and I think we had Stars in our cable package. I don't know, but yeah, this movie would come on a lot back in the day. So we loved it so much that we decided to record it on our DVR and watch it whenever we had the chance. This was during the summer of 2006, by the way, which meant if we had nothing to do, we would almost always watch this movie, and we loved it. I mean, especially the scene that was the most phenomenal to me was when the first tripod came out of that crater that was formed into the ground, and then everyone's staring at it, and then the tripod acts all hostile after making that weird noise. Oh man, that movie. Oh man. So yeah, I'm probably gonna watch this maybe when I have some downtime. I don't know. Yeah, I have a huge DVD collection over there. So yeah. Anyways, next movie is The Ring. Now, my older sister, she loves this movie. It's actually one of her favorite horror movies of all time. The Ring is actually a remake of a 1998 Japanese horror film called Ring. It doesn't have the word "the" in front of it. It's just called Ring. And let me tell you, I have to say the Japanese film was better than the American remake. However, this movie was pretty well done, and it was actually scary. Because scary movies back in the early 2000s were pretty good, and they were actually scary and didn't rely on jump scares just to try and make the viewer just scared. Because let me tell you, jump scares are the most laziest thing in horror movies nowadays. I can't get over that. As a matter of fact, I was watching one horror movie recently. I forgot the name of it, and I was actually keeping count of how many jump scares there was. And sadly, I forgot the count of jump scares, but I know that I was keeping count. But yeah, The Ring is a pretty well-made movie. At least they tried, though. I'll give them credit because even though the Japanese movie Ring was better than this movie was actually pretty good, though. So basically, it's about a woman who discovers a tape, and if she doesn't, basically she's going to die in 7 days if she doesn't find out the mystery of this tape. Not only that, one of the only other things I remember is just this girl with long hair, and a little girl with long hair. One thing about Japanese horror movies is how they always have a little girl with long hair where you can barely see their face. Yeah, I've watched a fair share of Japanese horror movies like that, and my goodness, those girls in those kinds of movies, they are really scary. I'm being serious. Maybe it's sort of, call it cliche or whatever, but they always do the scariest things you can't even think of. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. So yeah, give The Ring a watch, or if you're feeling daring, watch the Japanese movie Ring. Hopefully the version you find might have subtitles. I can't count too much on that, but yeah. So we're coming down to our last movie before the unboxing, and that is Spider-Man 1. Now, Spider-Man 1 was released, I think, it was released in 2002. I got to see the movie in 2004 with my dad when we were watching on one of the movie channels. So, this movie follows the origins of Peter Parker. It shows how Uncle Ben got shot and all that stuff. With great power comes great responsibility. Oh my goodness. Anyways, it did spawn, this movie alone spawned the Spider-Man trilogy. And when I saw Spider-Man 3, I was really hoping for a Spider-Man 4 or something. And then, 2007 it was? Yeah, many years later, we got The Amazing Spider-Man. That film could have been better. I mean, what did they do there? That film, why? And then along came The Amazing Spider-Man 2. However, I will give it credit. That death scene with, I forgot her name. Oh, God, I forgot her name. Well, yeah, that death scene was pretty accurate. I don't watch comic book movies just for how close they are to the original comic. I watch for how well done they're made, the characters, the setting, and all that stuff, and all that. But I did like the death scene with her. I'll give it that. I don't have much to say about this, but this was a very good movie. Oh yeah, fun fact, I actually had this movie on my PSP on a UMD disc back in the day. I used to watch that heavily on my PSP when I had some downtime. I also, speaking of my PSP, games that I played on it were Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and Midnight Club. I think... No, my brother owned Midnight Club. He would let me borrow it from time to time. There was a time where he left it at home, at my house on mistake when he went back home. And I had the time of my life until I had to give it back to him. Sorry, dude. Okay. So I guess this comes down to the unboxing. So that means jump cut. Alright guys, so this is our first unboxing, and here's the box. As a matter of fact, it's partially open, but the kid remembered to put all the figures back in here too. He remembered to put all the starter figures back where they were, and I like that. Now it's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're gonna get this open. We're about to get this open right now. Let's do this. Alright. Okay. So first off, we have the game. Alright, so here's the game right here. And yes, the disc is in there. Made sure. Alright. Great. Oh, actually, let's put that up here near my PlayStation. Alright, so now we're going to... Oh yeah, hold on, one more thing. These are all the... this kid gave me this whole bag of figures in here, too. All these little Skylander figures, so yeah. Alright, anyways, let's get this open. Alright, so the first thing we see here is, Alright, so we see this guy. He's made of wood, and I think he can shoot fire from what I can... He looks like he's based around fire. Well, the theme of fire, from what I can tell, but yeah, I don't remember his name. Yeah, all right. So next one. Now this one, I assume this one is Spyro. I don't know, because I used to be a fan of Spyro back in the mid-2000s, and not only that, but you won't believe how hyped I got when I saw that Spyro was going to be in this game. Mainly because I think he used to be a PlayStation exclusive character. I think he was a mascot for PlayStation back in the day. And Sony has had problems with securing a mascot for the PlayStation brand. But yeah, you can't blame them though, because they have too many people PlayStation exclusive characters that are really good that really live up to the brand. So yeah, I can't blame them for that. Alright, so yeah, here's what appears to be Spyro. Alright, next one. We have this little eagle that from what I can see, probably shoots ice and freezes its enemies. That's from what I'm looking at. It looks like it's based around the theme of ice or water. I don't know, man. I don't know. Next up is... Next up is the portal. So you hook this portal up. You hook this portal up to your Wii, and then put the oh my god! All right. Then you put the Skylander figure on there, and then it gets transported all the way into your TV, and then you're having the time of your life. So it's a pretty ideal concept for the time. And back in 2012, I really wasn't interested in Skylanders. I just thought it was a concept that would die within a year or something. However, Skylanders, what was it called? Skylanders Superchargers released, and it released for all consoles, from the 8th generation all the way to the 7th generation, including the Wii, of all things, too. So, yeah, so then it piqued my interest in Skylanders last year, and I've always wanted to play Skylanders, so here I am. Oh yeah, by the way, I got this whole thing for $8 at the yard. Well, yeah, $8 at the yard sale. It was pretty cheap, and I gotta thank the kid and his dad for giving this to me. So I'm going to jump cut, guys, and I'll let you guys know how it went, how playing Skylanders went. Okay, so I'm playing Skylanders right now. I had to install the update on the Wii, and it's going pretty good. Right now I'm using that, I'm using the purple dragon. Its name is not Spyro. It looks like Spyro, but it's not Spyro. Hold on, let me move my microphone. The dragon's name is Cinder, and I was foolish enough to believe that it was Spyro. But, Spyro is, somewhere. He was in the back of the box. I'd seen him. But yeah, anyways, right now it's going good. I'm fighting my first enemy in this game, and I defeated them in a couple of hits. So yeah, everything's going pretty good. It's sort of like okay. So yeah, the game is going pretty well. I really love it. Pretty enjoyable, and got a few laughs out of me. So all in all, it's a good game, and I actually want to get Skylanders Superchargers, which I have a poster of that on my wall. And there was also a Skylanders game that came out on 3DS as well. I forgot the name of it, but you can get it pretty cheap right now. I'll have to look into that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video, and how I showed off all my movies. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.